Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy L, bringing you guys Dark Gathering episode 14 review, so let's go. At first we see Yayoi and her companions reach their destination. She clarifies that there are 3 tunnel locations in the vicinity, and Keitaro expresses that the old F tunnel generates the most negative feeling. Consequently, Yayoi decides that they will investigate the old F tunnel based on Keitaro's intuition. I feel like Yayoi is starting to depend on Keitaro's power a bit too much, which isn't good, because as we saw before, Keitaro can be misled easily. We see Eiko accidentally drop her phone inside the car. While Keitaro tries to retrieve it, he comes across the doll that Yayoi used during their encounter with the S-Tunnel spirit. Yayoi assumes the spirit ran off to avoid the high priest. She gives both Eiko and Keitaro dolls and entrusts Keitaro with the bandages the Castle H spirit provided them before they left. Yayoi believes it's best for Keitaro to have this item since he might be the primary target for the graduate in the old F tunnel. With these preparations made, our group leaves the car and proceeds towards the old F tunnel. The doll part was pretty badly explained. I mean, we had no idea that these dolls can move on their own until now. Also, Yayoi and the others not seeing the doll earlier doesn't make much sense either. Then we see Eiko begin her research on the old F tunnel, discovering a disturbing incident where a family was murdered in the vicinity and is rumored to haunt the area. She also delves into various accounts from people who have ventured into the tunnel, detailing sightings of a woman in a white kimono, experiencing strange hallucinations, and hearing eerie voices echoing within. Afterward, the 3 of them enter the tunnel. However, it becomes apparent that the Eiko who entered with them isn't the real Eiko, as she soon realizes that Keitaro and Yayoi have disappeared. It was pretty obvious that something was off with the mirror, but I don't understand how come Keitaro didn't sense anything in the slightest. Next we see that suddenly, a girl emerges from the tunnel and introduces herself as Anna, a YouTuber who enjoys exploring eerie locations. Anna mentions that she encountered Keitaro and Yayoi during her investigation. Eiko, feeling too frightened to continue alone, agrees to accompany Anna in exploring the tunnel. While navigating the tunnel, Anna shares a rumor about a malevolent ghost believed to be a psycho killer, a tale her friend told her. This ghost rumor might be connected to the earlier family murders that Eiko discussed with Keitaro and Yayoi. As they proceed, they mysteriously end up back at the tunnel's entrance when trying to leave. Eiko attempts to leave several times, but they repeatedly find themselves at the exit. To pass the time, Eiko and Anna decide to keep moving back and forth within the tunnel, all the while discussing the psycho killer ghost. However, their unease grows as they start to fear they might be trapped inside the tunnel indefinitely. Eiko is supposed to be very smart, so I don't understand how she ended up believing the girl who literally walked out of a haunted place alone. Moving on, we see Yayoi questions Keitaro about his feelings regarding the old F tunnel, and Keitaro confirms that he senses something unusual. Yayoi discloses that the actual Eiko was whisked away by a spirit and that they are under the surveillance of a spirit. She hadn't shared this information earlier because she wanted to confront the spirit outside the tunnel, but Keitaro would have stopped her, allowing the spirit to escape. Yayoi intends to coerce the spirit into revealing Eiko's whereabouts. Meanwhile, as Anna and Eiko walk, they once again reach the tunnel's exit. It's during this time that Anna reveals that she is already deceased and one of the psycho killer's victims. Eiko turns around and discovers Anna's mutilated corpse on the ground. Eiko manages to escape the tunnel but finds herself at the old F tunnel in front of a sealed door. Anna explains that her former friend, with whom she had traveled, had abandoned her. She expresses gratitude to Eiko for accompanying her on this brief journey and hopes they can endure their suffering together. As Eiko flees, she is pursued by the psycho killer spirit and eventually reaches a dead end. Other victims of the spirit laugh at her failed attempts to escape. Suddenly, Keitaro experiences intense pain and believes it's originating from a different location. Yayoi speculates that the source might be the old F tunnel, where Eiko might be located. Yayoi attacks the accompanying spirit and reveals that it was Anna's former friend, who now wants Keitaro and Yayoi to experience the same suffering that Anna and she endured. This level of gore can very rarely be seen in anime, and it's really nice to see that they're trying to show as much as possible. At the end we see Eiko is fortunate as the S-Tunnel ghost abandons its possessed doll and confronts the psycho killer spirit. Unfortunately, the psycho killer spirit emerges victorious and takes on the appearance of the S-Tunnel spirit. Yayoi and Keitaro arrive at the scene, and the psycho killer spirit taunts them. Yayoi proposes that they track it down to rescue Eiko. However, Yayoi is reluctant to employ any graduate-level spirits in the battle to avoid risking a collapse of the area. She suggests an alternative plan, luring the psycho killer spirit out of the tunnel. Yayoi and Keitaro re-enter the tunnel to save Eiko. Yayoi and Keitaro entered the tunnel knowing full well that a trap is probably waiting for them in there, so I hope they have some sort of plan in mind. Overall, I found this episode to be a bit off, but I think the next one is going to be pretty intense. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video and want to see me make more, then hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to say something, then leave a comment. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram or check out my Facebook page. Links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.